I was just telling my awesome co-hosts here. I got Reem and I got Marianne, and we just popped on early in the morning. It's 6:30 my time. This space was kind of it spawned from a conversation we had. Shout out Chinsanity. He was hosting a space the other day. By the way, people that are hosting creator spaces, I want to know about it because like I'm an addict to social audio. I like to sit in spaces and if it's about creators, okay, that's my thing. So there's 4 spaces I know of right now. Chinsanity had one the other day, and one of the speakers brought up something about like getting lost, like going through the creator journey and sometimes just not knowing what to do, not knowing if there was like missteps or where they went wrong or what they should be doing. And I was like, man, isn't that the truth? We all kind of have the same situation happen, and like it's not sexy to sit and talk about it. Like pretty much nobody does. So that's the whole premise for today's show. So I'm gonna bring a bunch of friends up. We're gonna be on stream and on stage. So first off, I wanted to pass it over to Reem. Just say good morning to her, and then I'm gonna start doing some back end stuff and posting up the stream to the space here, and then hopefully I can get some help bringing up some speakers. So Reem, good morning. How are you? Thank you for being early and popping in the stream here. How you doing?
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you for creating a space like this. I would love to see more spaces about this, not just talking about how many impressions or how to get more engagement or more followers, but just talking about content creation and why we do it in the first place. So this is why I'm here and this is why I'm excited. And let's talk about all the ups and downs, everything in between.
Beautiful. Also, it's going to be weird. You're going to hear multiple voices coming through my PFP, and it just looks like a dude with multiple personalities, unless you're watching the stream. So watch the stream if you want. Join the stream if you're not a weirdo, and we can trust you, and you can come on and like be on stream with us. Other than that, Marianne, good morning. You popped in. I was happy to see you. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing amazing. I'm really happy to be here. I think this is an incredibly interesting conversation, especially with a few things that have been happening on the timeline for the past few days. So we'll be fruitful to talk about this.
Awesome. Yeah, and it does get a little sketch in weird times when the space is in a weird spot and you've got like all these personal things that is like, damn, should I do like I'll admit I had like the tiniest bit of anxiety right before I started this, mainly because I was like, do I sit and drink my coffee right now for a few minutes? Because I got 15 minutes. I was like, that's plenty of time. And then I was like, wait, I got to make a stream. I got to make a space. I got to do all the things, send invites. Like maybe I should sit down. And I was like, just this one little spike of anxiety popped for a second. I was like, it's literally what I do every day for clients. Why would I not do this for myself? And then you two showed up and we're off to the races. So yeah, I think everybody goes through all this stuff, but it's weird to be in that situation and then people just turn on you like out of the blue and the fangs come out in the space like cat attacks and everything. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up for a minute here, invite up Dyla and Bad Brothers. We got Drew. I want to say what's up to Levi. You just popped up. Oh, and ladies, this will be weird when people are on space and they start talking here. I'm gonna suck at managing all of it at one time, but I reserve the right to suck at things. So Levi, what's up, brother?
Yo, good morning. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Dude, I'm good, but I just got to turn you up because you were quiet. I'm kind of glad you were quiet because that was probably pretty loud otherwise.
It was. So, oh, now we get echo. Never mind.
Okay, let's go back on that a little bit. Okay, there we go. So you're hearing yourself twice, or you just heard yourself because my headphone was right next to my mic? You tell me.
Let's test it now. No, it actually sounds good now. We're good.
Beautiful. You recently crushed a little video task somebody hit me up with, and I was like, Levi could do that. Levi's the man. He's doing some good work. Let me just pass him a little thing. How'd that go for you?
Bro, it went so well. I'm not used to doing IRL kind of like clips or streams or anything. So it was kind of like testing out what I can do. And I'm just trying shit. You know what I mean? Like the old like Frank D. God's quote, like
try some shit, break some shit.
If it doesn't work, try more shit. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
It's fucking fun. Like I didn't think that I would like editing this much, but I'm kind of falling in love with it in the shorter aspect.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I am happy to see you. We're gonna dive into all the nitty gritty and all the sad stuff and the exciting stuff and all that in a bit. But I just want to say hi. I also want to say hi to my boy Drew, who also has the invite to the stream. Dyla, you're also welcome. Again, anyone who's not a weirdo, I will send you that link. Just don't be weird. But Drew,
Dyla, come on, pull up to the stream.
Yeah, pull up. Drew, what's up,
I
brother?
look like a troll doll right now, so
It's fine.
give me like 5 minutes and I'll look less troll-like.
Also, yeah, dude, shout out to the ladies that show up on stream, because I literally just woke up and rolled out of bed and poured coffee and hopped in. I don't think about these things because I'm just a man. But yeah, shout out to effort. There we go.
You can send me the link. I'll hop on.
Yeah, beautiful. I love it. With the fact that we got Bad Brothers. Drew, say something, my man. You and your hopefully not echoey mic. How you doing?
Is this good? Does the
sound,
audio work?
You sound glorious.
Awesome. Well, look, good morning. Just tuning in. Content Spaces with Chris. For sure, I'm going to tune in. Whether it's now, I'm probably going to jump out and come back later, but good space.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Now we could say hi to our friend Dyla, who maybe is now getting ready because I just absolutely threw her that curveball.
You do that, don't you?
Yeah, I'm getting ready so I can crash out on live stream. I'm taking my Adderall first. Hold on.
Okay. Here we go.
You do your thing. You do your thing.
Yeah. And what's up, Bad Brothers? I'm going to send you this link right now after this sip of coffee. Okay, here it comes.
All right.
And Mackie joined us. Mackie got the invite for the stream. He's going to join us in a future one. But for now, we just get to chop it up on here. How are you, man? I know this topic is near and dear to you. We've both been here many times.
I feel very, very charged. You sent this and just the tweet that you sent with just like 8 words. I was like, fuck, I have to make time for this. So yeah, thanks for doing this, Chris. Thanks for giving us a space to like ventilate and hopefully talk about the challenges of living on Twitter and trying to run a business and Web3 and outside of it. And yeah, I just appreciate it, man. I really fucking do. I needed this.
Good. Well, I mean, I want to kick things off with you, bro. You've been building a 1,000-person community and dealing with pushy clients and bigger money things than you're used to, I think, and like all this crazy stuff going on, and like, it is taxing mentally. Can you give us like, oh, and by the way, just ground rules for the space. I love that we all have stories. Let's do our best to not go hardcore trauma dump monologues, especially because I'm inviting up Sansa. And this motherfucker just talks. But I love him. He's actually my BFF in the space. It's super cute. I was thinking about how many times I've seen this guy in person, and he's a New Jersey king. He lives in a New Jersey castle.
Why are you awake?
Yeah.
Why are you awake right now?
That's crazy.
What are you doing?
Okay. All right. So I want to throw back to Mackie, though. You've been juggling heavy stuff.
Bro, so much
give me
juggling.
like a nutshell. Give me anxiety right now. I'm begging.
Okay. So for those who don't know, I've clipped for 3+ years. I did it alone most of the time, and one morning or one night, I can't remember when, I was like, I'm really sick of doing this alone. Let's start a Telegram. What could go wrong? That Telegram was started in September of last year. It is now 1,000 people. Started from one, just me, and has grown to that. It is crazy, the responsibility that kind of adds to your life. I'm an only child. I have pretty much min-maxed the shit out of my life. I have my friends, my family is very small, and I have a dog. I have no children. I cannot imagine doing this with a child like you or Sansa.
Yeah.
Chris, it's really it's a lot, but we're at this point now where I was living in between this solopreneur thing and kind of scaling into a larger group, and there's now 6 of us who are actively working on it. Now, whether or not we're all being paid super well, including myself, is another question, but we have to like have honest conversations about that. We have a treasury. It's about 2 months of runway. And if we don't figure out how to make the business work before then, we have to have more conversations about what
You just
changes.
brought me all the way back to Espresso Shot because you said the trigger word, treasury. Holy
Yeah.
shit. If you've ever been in small teams in this space and you guys keep a treasury and you're like, there's money that I could be possibly
I could have
paying
that
my
money.
bills.
I could have that money.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I could have that money. That is an option here. That was what like initially the thought was like in November when money started to roll in and you start to have these, $2,000 plus client agreements, and it's like, well, then they just kind of disappear over the holidays. So now it's like we were at one revenue mark and now we're like 20% of that. So trying to figure out how to survive over that dearth. And
I
that
don't know
gap.
why holidays is such a great, it's like that. It's an indicator for businesses that are working with creators. They're like, this is the best time of year I could pull the plug. Like right before Christmas, right before all these extra expenses. Like, let's just absolutely, it's like the person on the stretching thing in the torture chamber is gonna like rip their limbs off, and they're like, let's just tighten this thing real quick. Well, give me what led to any burnout or anything, Mackie, and then I want to pass the room here.
Please,
around
please.
the
This
stream.
doesn't have to be just about me.
No,
I have
but
to
I
shovel snow yet, too,
just
so.
know you're like particularly under more pressure than normal right now, and so I wanted to kind of just start off with you because I think you're creating a bunch of opportunities for other people. What a lot of those other people don't realize is that is putting the pressure of doing things themselves on you, and then there's a shitload of them. So you got a shitload of pressure on you.
It's real talk.
Yeah.
It's real talk, and you want to be personable. You want to keep up with people, and opening up the community just opened up like 4 new channels of work. Basically, it's like, oh, I was clipping for myself, but now there's a community. Now there's clients to interact with. Now we have to start doing outbound sales. Now we have to manage operations of a team, and all of that just blending into the holidays. And we had 2 big clients that were doing like TG and ICO sales at the beginning of the year, like as in like over the last 2 weeks. And so they wanted to work super hard before the holidays, and then what they wanted changed. So we had to pivot, and I didn't have this team in place yet. So I did not get a holiday break.
Yeah.
And that's why I burnt out because I was trying to keep up with everything. The plates were spinning. They fell to the ground.
Damn.
And now I get to start spinning those plates again and hand them off to people and be like, spin this plate. Keep it up.
Hell yeah.
Please.
Hey, that's it's called growth, bro. Delegations are, it's like, by necessity. It's not because you want to. It's like, oh, I have to do this. Got it. Okay, I want to actually throw it over to Reem and just ask, like, what kind of stuff have you seen personally in the space? Like, what are either any like big trip ups that you've had, or I don't know, just something that very likely a lot of other people here have experienced, like in the whole creator journey.
All right. So thank you, first of all. And I really feel the heaviness of the timeline. So let's talk about the dark side of the content. It's not really the algorithm, I feel. It's what happens to the people when their sense of worth slowly gets to be attached to visibility. And when we put so much weight to that, we tend to start going into the dip and more into the abyss. And that is the trauma that we were talking about, Chris. The trauma that everyone is talking about when it comes to content creation. I don't think I've been seeing any content creators that are doing it because they love doing it, or because that was the reason they came into it. They are all just chasing some kind of light at the end of the tunnel that they're not even sure is there or not. Content creation in the first place started because we wanted to do this. This is what Mackie was talking about. He started doing it for himself, for a few things, and then things started getting bigger and bigger. And this is what everyone's facing right now. They're starting with the big picture. Start with the smaller picture. Why do you want to content create? Why do you want to do this? Is it for you? Is it for someone else? Is it for everyone on CT? Why are you doing it? So yeah, I think this is one of the things I've noticed as dark side of content, especially since I've only been on CT for the past couple of months. I've done content creation all my life, but for the first time, I'm starting to do it for me. I'm doing my own content, and I'm not chasing numbers. I'm not chasing likes, and probably the impressions are not high. I'm not really checking, but my DMs are filled with people just resonating with my content. And that's what I want. I'd rather have 10 people resonate with what I am talking about or what I want to share rather than having thousands and millions just liking and reposting. Please, that's my little
Yeah.
humble opinion.
Oh, I love that. It's crazy because it's such a unique bond that people have. It's why I care so much for creators. It's literally why I'm just pumping Bad Brothers bags lately. Holy shit. People keep asking if that's my thing. I'm like, no, I'm just a damn cheerleader. That's
You
it.
love it. You love it. That's why.
Yeah, I love this shit. This has been my whole life for a long time, is just being a creator. Like, I'm not here to trade. I don't want to push buttons, make millions of dollars. I don't worship money. Like, I'm actually doing what I love. And like, I know some people don't do it for those reasons. They're doing it for the bag or for, to get out of a bad situation or whatever. But I'm like, this is my shit. This is what I love.
This is my shit. Like, really, the content only becomes dangerous when it stops being a tool and starts becoming your identity. No, you are not your content. You are you, and you create content around you. That's it. Really remember that.
Yeah. That's such a strong message, especially for people that like, shout out YouTube, the most mentally taxing roller coaster I've ever been on. You're like, I'm up, I'm the best, I'm down, I suck. It is such a chaotic yo-yo of good and bad. Speaking of YouTube, goods and bads, and just not tying yourself to the results. Streaming is crazy hard. Yeah. Marianne's been doing abstract streams. There's a bunch of different streamers. I would say the churn rate on streamers is probably higher than any other form of content because you pour yourself into it. And then like, boy, I hope you don't have high expectations when it comes to results because it's such a marathon thing. I've been through multiple different sprints with streaming, and I know it's pretty hardcore. Marianne, what have you seen with just the abstract streamers, just streaming in general, the kind of like you're pouring yourself into it, but what you get out of it might not match expectations?
Honestly, there's so when it comes to streaming by itself, you have two different options. You have the option to go slow and steady, or you have the option to go really fast. To go slow and steady, you can just do whatever you like, whatever you enjoy. Try to start getting 1 viewer, 2 viewers at a time because you're really being yourself and they need to get used to your personality time after time. But if you really want to go quickly and grow, it is possible, but you only need to be what they want you to be. What people want you to be. You're going to get stuck in giveaways. You're going to get stuck in raging in a certain way so that people enjoy watching you. You're going to get stuck in a certain type of games or type of activities that you need to do for people not to leave. And so you start optimizing how you're acting based on, oh, what does the viewer want right now? Do they want me to rage? I'm going to go and play something that's going to rage. Do they want me to lose all my money? I'm going to go and take a bunch of money and change the title and make it seem like I'm losing all my money so that people watch me. And so it really depends on what you want to pursue. The second one is a persona, is not yourself. And if you don't mind that, honestly, I mean, if you can still like go on stream, people know that you have a persona. For example, at some point before I stream on Spaces in 2023, I had a persona that was extremely energetic. I was screaming all the time on Spaces. The space was called Talk Web 3 to me. It was hilarious. It was one of the best times of my life. It didn't bother me, but it was not me. Like, people used to meet me in real life sometimes and tell me like, "Oh my God, you're speaking normally. You're not screaming. Are you sad? There's something wrong with you?"
I had that. I was surprised when I met Marianne because I was used to her on Spaces back in 2021. And that personality, that character was nowhere in front of me. And I understood. I understood exactly what she did. And it's perfect. You flipped that. You had a duality to be able to go on.
Right after 100%. You could,
100%.
Marianne, I'm gonna throw Sansa in the mix because I want to hear you first before Sansa. So start talking, loudmouth. But my guy is so loud. But continue, Marianne, please.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's it, technically. Like, sometimes you have to put up a persona because, I mean, when it comes to Spaces specifically, and streaming a little less, but Spaces in itself, there's only your voice that people are listening to. They can't see your face expressions. They can't see your setup. They can't see anything. They just need to be entertained with your voice. So I was like, what can make a voice entertaining is just being loud and then being depressed and then laughing and then hiring your voice and lowering it. And so this was my persona for a long while, and people were meeting me and telling me like, "Are you sad? Like, are you depressed? Is there something?" That I was like, "No, I'm just not gonna talk to the waiter and scream at him and tell him like, what the fuck are you up to today? You know, it's not how it works." So
you're not gonna
I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so with streaming in Spaces, that's I would say the part you have to be like and I don't want to say acting because I'm not acting, but you have to put up a certain facade. Because people are not just interested in you being monotone and sitting and looking at your screen.
I've heard people say like, you should be yourself, but with 110% of the energy, or 120% of the energy, right? Or you can be Sansa and you just fucking scream all the damn time. Anytime you're on, like, if you're in a show with Sansa and it's being cut and AI is doing it, it will ignore everybody except him because he's always screaming. I love this guy. It is crazy to hang out with him in person and realize he was actually born deaf, so he can't hear you when you're talking to him in person, and he is not gonna be bouncing off the walls and everything. What he's gonna do is be looking at you and saying what, because he needs to read your lips, but you don't know that when you hear this loud ass MFer on Spaces. So it's,
I hate to be the one to tell you, but everybody from New Jersey's like that.
Yeah. Sansa, say your thing, and then before you do, actually, anybody who's on stage on Twitter, please raise your hands, because Sansa did, and I knew he had something to say, because I'm trying. Oh shit! I just connected Bluetooth. I just rugged.
He figured it out. He figured it out.
Finally, you figured it out. Jesus Christ!
I was gonna try to record shit. See, chaos. I want everything, but I can't have it. Okay, Sansa.
Yeah.
What's up?
Not much. I just came off mute like 2 minutes ago to let you know that no one could hear you because you were like 10 miles away. But I'm glad you can hear us now.
That's if you weren't watching the stream. So joke's on you, bozo. Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. My daughter's home today, and it's chaotic at home. No, look, I wanted to tell Marianne that I really relate to that, because even if it is your personality or part of your personality, it's still exhausting. It's not even if it's not just you. Like, you know, sorry, let me reiterate that. It's not even if you're not a loud person, right? Even if you are a loud person, you can only amplify that part of your personality for so long. I had that problem with the Special Shot doing the Daily Show and going to meet people at these conferences, talking to, 50 to hundreds of people at a time. And by the time I would get to the end of the day, people would be like, "Hey, I thought you would be more energetic." And I'm just like, am I just a fucking jester to you all?
What do you want from me?
I'm human,
I expect more from you, Sansa, all the time. Just know that it's high expectation from my side to you.
Yeah. Well, Ira, you are a Russian Fed, and I respect that you want to collect more data from the Americans like myself.
Rage bait us. Yeah.
No, look, in all seriousness, I just wanted to, kind of emphasize and re-emphasize that amplifying one part of your personality, even if it is what you would normally do, still takes a toll on you, and anything that you do with content, anything that you do IRL, it's just you can't avoid it, right? If you're loud, 3 hours a day for 2 years, and you haven't given yourself a chance to kind of sit and reflect and kind of just be bored for a bit, that's gonna catch up. And so, I wanted to say that I relate to that, and I think more people relate to that more than they realize, because it's not just about being loud; it's about being quiet too. If you're pushing the quiet side of you too, if at some point the other side of you is gonna want to come out, and so it's a balancing game. So anyway, back over to you.
It totally is a balancing game. Also, one of the first things that happened to me before I went heavy on YouTube was I had a couple guys come out. One guy was just like this monster. He was this huge creator, came out and they wanted to do this like collaboration business with me and all this. And I got to meet the guy in person before I really dove into his content. And then I kind of like reverse found out about him afterwards. Most people find you on your content. They have this parasocial relationship. They think they know you because they know this character. And then you meet them in person, and like was just brought up, it doesn't match up because they're like, you seem so alive in your content. It's like, yeah, because I'm fucking performing. But I met this dude, and then as time went on, I realized like he was a bad dude. He was like a not okay guy, and he hated his audience. He actually resented the shit out of them. And I think the major reason for that is because he was this character that he looked at as a joke. Like he hated that person that he had created, this persona, and he had to put on the jester clothes every time he hit record. And I think he hated himself for it, and he hated his audience, and it was like disgusting to see. And he, obviously people that are dealing with that kind of stuff, like they make bad moves and they do, some pretty devious stuff. So, yeah, I would just say find the best way that you can be yourself plus an extra 10-20%. And and then you're not going to like shatter people's hopes and dreams. There's a reason there's a saying that's never meet your heroes. That's actually why. I wanted you to throw around the room a little bit more too. We've got a bunch of the homies pulled up. I see Grandy with his hand up, only because he actually listened to the whole if you got something to say, raise your hand thing. But you shouldn't have to raise your hand for me to greet you, because Girl in the Verse was here first. She got invites, she got all that, and she's a woman. She's gonna skip your ass, Greenity. Sorry.
Make sure you say, may I meet you first.
Oh,
Thank you.
Boy. Oh boy.
May I meet you?
Okay.
Who said mayo?
Oh my God. Good
Shut
call
up,
out.
Ira.
Clip it. Hey, StreamYard, clip that. Okay. Marina, my friend. We're missing you dearly here on stream, but we got you on Space. Good morning. What do you think about the topic?
Hey guys, no, happy to be here. I wrote to you, Chris, so that every girl can relate to this. Today is my filming day. Actually, Drew everyone could relate to this. I put on makeup, okay, and I'm getting ready to film in about 5 minutes. Okay, this is what's happening. But I told Chris I couldn't come on the stream because I got to get to work. But here's what I will say about the dark side of content. You will burn out faster than you get your first deal. You will give up faster than you get 10,000 followers. You will do all of those things. Your family and friends will think you lost your mind. Actually, my best performing tweet right now is about heated rivalry. Nobody cares about Bitcoin. Nobody cares about these KOLs not disclosing their content. Like, nobody cares. People care about the things that they care about. And so you will see these dark sides. I feel like I've done there's so many sides, Chris, to this dark side of content because you're truly alone. And I will tell everyone here, people, when they see me at conferences, they see my beautiful husband taking care of me.
Shout out, Steve.
What they don't see is me telling him, you missed the shot. You didn't picture with me and Ira. They don't see those parts. Right? People will go to my husband, you're the best husband ever. You know what they don't see? They don't see that while he leaves the house today, because he's at the gym, I'm like, perfect. I've got an hour and a half to myself. I got to film 5 videos. People don't see these parts. And I'm laughing, and I'm glad that we're all laughing, but this is so this is the part of content and filming, and Sansa's got kids. Like, you've got kids, Chris. I don't even have kids because I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell them to shut up while I'm filming.
I do.
So I don't know how you guys do it, but
yeah,
tell me.
No, hey, you're 100% right, and shout out to the spouses of content creators.
Yes.
How insufferable are we? I'm like, no, babe, I can't talk right now. They called on me in Spaces.
We're so
Like,
annoying.
what a fucking
We're so
dork.
Meanwhile, I'm like, hey babe, I'm gonna hit the record button. You ready? And she's like, no, and I hit it anyway, without telling her what the script is.
Yeah, honestly though, dude, Sansa's best videos has his family in it. They're like the most wholesome thing ever. It's crazy.
Of course. The other thing I will say, the other part, and what Reem was preaching about, and Chris, thank you so much, because Reem and I have connected because of you and the spaces you're doing.
Thank her.
And
She
I love
commented on my
meeting other
shit.
women. Yeah.
Also,
incredible.
shout out to people who comment on your damn posts. You know,
Yes.
like don't DM people, just comment on their shit. They'll appreciate you.
Costs
Damn.
$0. Yeah.
That's a thing. People just DM people instead of commenting. Ew. Why? You guys are so corny. You really do that? Don't do that shit. That's weird.
I do that. I like that. It's personal.
Yeah.
It's very
well.
personal.
Well, if they don't interact with your post at all, and
Yeah.
then DM you.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
No, that's a different thing. But I do invite DMs. I think it's personal, especially if it's a topic that they're not comfortable talking about on the timeline. I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darla, I can't survive a week without DMing you.
Melina's
Well, that's-
missing out on her on stream presence because like it's
I am,
so,
and look at all these beautiful
I
girls.
know.
Look at that.
Honestly,
We
shout
need
out
more
to the
women
ladies
here.
in space.
The other thing too that I wanted to say about the dark side of content is, especially so I feel what Sansa was saying, right? Like, I feel like when I entered this space, I was still a journalist, so I came in here, I was doing like quick, funny recap news videos, which really I feel like set me apart from a lot of people and a lot of noise here. But since then, I figured out that, wait a second, a lot of these founders and companies actually need help with marketing because they, they're calling you for a video, but what they actually need is guidance because they actually have no clue why they're calling you. And so what I'm doing right now on my content, and this is another dark side that I want to talk about because I'm dealing with it right now, is that I'm pivoting my content.
Yeah.
I'm actually pivoting right now, and it's a very dark place because even TikTok's like, what the hell are you talking about? I thought you were the Bitcoin girl. Now you're the marketing girl. So you are constantly dealing with voices in your head, the algorithms telling you you're not doing it right, all these things. But the one thing I want people to get out of this whole conversation today is that you have to stick to your guts. Because 5 years ago, people laughed at me about Bitcoin, and now they all want to buy it. So stick to your guts.
Hell yeah. Shout out Melina. She's been on so many of these with me. Honestly, many of them where there was like nobody here. It was just me and her sitting on stream spaces that I decided, I got to make it extra complicated. And then nobody cared. And we just sat there and yapped, the two of us. So like, that's a homie right there. All right. Speaking of homies, what a gentleman. Look at Greenity. Hands still up, waiting his turn. My boy, I miss you. How you doing, brother?
This is the part that your mom won't like.
Oh,
I don't
good,
like
oh, good. I don't want to derail too
Thank
much, so
you,
I spare you
God.
from the rest of the intro. But yo, guys, happy to
Yo,
be
yo.
here. Chris, it's been a minute. My dark side of content is definitely the fact that I'm not on camera with you guys right now. That's what I can tell you.
You can be. You can.
Oh, I can't. Oh,
Yeah,
I can.
there's
Oh
only
my
so many
God.
things I remember to do. I'll send you the invite right now.
Oh, that's I'm definitely going to join you there. But yeah, you know what? Currently, my dark side of content is basically when I look around here, it's that people. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Like flaming other people on the timeline, in my opinion, is not content.
No.
Many people see that though as this currently right now, right? Like this drama-fi bullshit that we've seen throughout the last 3 weeks. Man, we're just 3 weeks into 2026 and everybody's going crazy on the timeline, flaming other people. And we had so much drama throughout the last couple of weeks. So this is currently the dark side of content for me, that a lot of content right now that we see here in Web3 is not enjoyable anymore for me. I mean, I don't know how other people feel about this, but where did all this educational stuff go to, right? Like where is like information about blockchain? Where's this kind of stuff? That is the things that I would like to see, but the fun or the sad reality is that you find this stuff nowadays outside of crypto Twitter, in my opinion, right? And this is, man, this is something that makes CT not enjoyable for me currently. And that also puts me as a content creator in a very weird spot, because what are we going to do right now? Should we tie into all of those things that, you know, align with that stuff so we get this impressions in or these engagements in, especially after Nikita decided to fuck everything around here? What is happening?
Oh, the master troll.
Do I just stick with my line, right? And kind of, yeah, I don't know, branch out to other social media platforms because I realized, okay, on Exit might not work that out well anymore. And I think this constant hustle that you kind of have to face as being a content creator can be challenging, right? This can also hurt you mentally. I mean, I've made this experience a couple of years back that when things didn't turn out anymore, it drove me into a very deep depression, which of course was also tied to other things that happened, right? Like that was not the only driving factor, but of course it also played a role additionally to this. And this is something that, you know, I think you always have to face if you're a content creator. So here's also my call to everybody out there, and this is a mindset that we have to reenact once more. Not everybody that is part of crypto or Web3 has to become a content creator, right? You can also be a consumer.
Yeah.
Many people got in here in the first place because they were investors, myself as well. And it just came over naturally to me that I started with content production through Spaces hosting and this kind of things. And this was nothing that I was aspiring though in the very first place. I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I really love what I'm doing, right? But it was not something that I had planned. And I have the feeling nowadays people already plan their journey out in terms of, oh yeah, now I'm becoming the next big content creator. And InfoFi did play a very worse role in this as well, right? Like encouraging that everybody can be the fucking next, I don't know, Whale or Ansem or whoever we think about. But that's not the reality. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this.
Yo, that's so good, dude. Like those are really heavy points there, especially the whole like, bro, you can't. I don't know. I actually heard Gary Vee talk about this quite a bit, and I was like, 12 plus years ago, quite the Gary Vee fan. I still appreciate the guy, but I was like in his world there for a minute. But one thing he did say back in the day was that like, if everybody's patting you on the back, you can't hear that noise. If everybody's saying you're a piece of shit, you can't hear that noise. You got to just stay in the middle. And there's way too often people just start, and you see it in CT heavy because there's also money tied to it. They start feeling themselves, woo, and that is that's a trap. Don't drink your own Kool-Aid because it's not a good look, but it's super easy to do. Okay, tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring up Greenity. And I am going to, there he is, there's the guy. And then I'm gonna go get some coffee. So say whatever you need to, that's not something that I need to hear. And we're gonna get back to it because I want to throw over to Ira really quick, not because I don't want to hear her, but because I really need that coffee. And we've got about just shy of an hour. And then I got to take my kids to school because I'm a real dude that does real shit. So, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, Ira, go for it.
Let's go.
Hi guys, I will be really quickly, and I see you all on the screen how you sitting there and listening to us as some podcast. Girls are so beautiful, boys, you're beautiful too, but girls are amazing. And yeah, I just want to say that the best video I published is today's video where I, without makeup, I made video from the gym, and I published it from the gym as well, and it's such a joy to not making makeup, to not like, just try. I just published something that you made and want to share something. And also my best stream was yesterday actually with Nibits Artist, and in Momentum I gained only like 40-50 views, something like that, which is like crazy, like small amount for my account and everything. But we just talked with him. I just enjoyed the conversation, and it was such a pleasure. And I want to dive more in this side, where I truly enjoy when I don't like. I think like outside is a big enemy for every content creator. Like when you started to think what your friends want from you, what's like how many views and engagement you will receive, like what events happen right now in crypto that like everyone will be interested to read and everything. It's an enemy for true content creator because like we we need to create something that our soul telling us to do, and that's my biggest point. So my direction is to do what I really enjoy and like, and without any pressure on myself. I think this is real alpha.
Love that. I remember, and I don't know if you guys do or not, I had a fun little series a year ago, and it's where I would sit and critique people's content, and I was absolutely just a bulldog about it. I was like tearing people to shreds, but it was fun, and it was like with critique that wasn't made to like hurt anybody, but it was absolutely a critique on the quality of content in Web3. I don't know why I killed myself twice.
Were you a bully? Do you consider yourself bullying those people?
No, I'm just a tough love coach. So I shoot it straight, and like that's not fun to hear if you suck. You know what I mean? But what I wanted to shout out was that Ira had some of the coolest content that we were talking about, because it was just vibe. It was just straight up vibe. And it's like, damn, she wasn't trying to do something. She wasn't trying to like hit some KPI or call to action or anything. She was just putting out a dope ass video, and it was just vibes. And I remember calling that out on that series. It was like, bro, she didn't give a shit about what happened. She just was sharing, and that was cool. So shout out Ira. And I want to play whack-a-mole and like see whose mic's up, but it's not now. So anyway,
guys, before we continue, I just want to say I have to jump off because I have calls that I forgot about. So I'm a little late and I'm in trouble. So I'll talk to you soon, and thank you for having me. Goodbye.
Thank you for joining me. Hey, I
Thank you,
wanted to
guys.
turn it over to my boy Bad Brothers, who's been here. He is Mog Doxed. If you don't know what Mog Doxing is, it's where you show up on screen and you just got the pit vipers on, and they don't even have to be real. They can be from Mexico, $10-15 special. I got some. It's pretty great. But dude, we're a bunch of creators with a bunch of baggage, and we're full of ourselves, and we're also full of issues. And it is not a mentally safe place to be, but we willingly walk into the battleground every day. You're building cool stuff for creators outside of the business end of it. How is it for you, bro, being in the space and just being surrounded by hyper financialization, and then all the different creators and all their different stuff they bring with them? Like, what's your journey been like?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been in crypto since like 2016. I mean, you can even say earlier, but at least putting money in it since 2016, right? And I've seen a lot of different types of creators come and go. I originally started out watching some people on YouTube that like I didn't appreciate that much, but that was kind of the 2016 era type of thing. People doing ICO videos and that type of thing. And yeah, I mean, I didn't even get into CT probably until like 2023, like pretty much, or 2022, the tail end of last cycle or whatever. I was just always in a couple Telegram groups trading or something, right? But and really, the creators on Twitter or whatever, I mean, it's like it's a different thing, because what we consider creators, like someone just mentioned like Ansem or whatever, and it's like, do you consider him a creator? I mean, he was really like main character turned into like, okay, now post. He did some content. He tried to do like a few YouTube videos, I remember a couple years ago, but like he doesn't really do that. And then people like Whale, they just kind of post threads, right? But then you have people who like do actual videos, who do like educational videos, explain things and everything. And like I don't see that as much of that on the timeline anymore, right? Where it's almost like we should be getting into an era where we should be seeing that with the hyper financialization of everything and the hyper cryptoization of everything, where we're seeing, like the NASDAQ and everything try to come on chain and everything, right? So it's like, how are people explaining how those things work and getting people comfortable around those things and stuff? So I feel like, we've kind of been it's been like a weird lull in terms of like this last year, from going from like, I don't know, like the NFT era and that type of thing to what we're kind of morphing into. But I feel like we're going to have more opportunities and stuff for creators, for those types of companies and everything that are coming in, that are tokenizing to explain and advertise those services, right? So, I think we're moving into like a slightly different era than kind of maybe what we've been used to the last few years.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely feels very different right now. but also it feels like 2022 to me, which was like things were like coming off of people having marketing budgets. So as a creator, I came in, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get fucking rich. And then very quickly I was like, wait, and then it just got worse, and then it dried up. And 2023 was like a barren wasteland for me.
Yeah.
I made less money that year than any time in my adult life because I was all in on this space and I hadn't built a personal brand enough in my first year here. I was just working with a team and was kind of invisible. And then all of a sudden, when I needed to be out there prospecting and all that, I couldn't find shit because nobody knew anything about me because I just was behind the scenes the whole time. So I want to throw it to Elisa right now. And I did want to say this space was literally because of something she shared on Shinsanity Space on Monday. And she was talking about getting lost, like in your content creator journey, and kind of like sometimes you just don't know like where you're supposed to be and you just get lost. And I was like, damn, that's why we need to talk about this. So Lisa, what's up? Thank you for joining.
Hi, sorry earlier I couldn't listen to the whole space. I was driving and I had to just stop by. I'm sorry for the delay, I guess. I don't know, it's just for me, probably I'm gonna share the same thing. For me, it has been a very challenging process. I understand that there are some people with stronger probably mentality. They can maintain their state. It doesn't matter what happens on the timeline, but sometimes I'm affected and I want to just talk about it. You know, it's just, I think it's brave to talk about it. I don't want to pretend I'm fine and I'm okay. Considering a lot of stuff happening in my real life right now, like, I don't know if you guys know I'm Iranian. I don't want to fuel the drama, but it's just, you know, these things actually affect me in certain ways. The way I perceive the timeline, the way that I consume content, the way that I react. I'm a human being like anybody else, right? I don't want to pretend to anything. I want to be as honest as possible because I feel like originality and honesty is really missing from the space. But yeah, since the very beginning, I was lost. And I had to find my way because there was no guide. I didn't have any friends, and I had to just build up my community like the way that I knew it at the time. I've done anything you can imagine. Like the other day, I said, be selective with your content. I wasn't selective like some years ago. You know, I learned to be selective. Like I did the misdeed, so I experienced it. Now I know that I shouldn't feel anything,
right?
Anything and everything I see. Like it's not worth the money that you get. It's not worth it. I mean, it depends on your basically perspective. You want to build long term or short term. You want to get the bag and just fuck off, or you want to really stay and you want people to actually remember you.
Yeah.
I know nobody remembers me anyway, but yeah,
super true. Yeah.
Nowadays I'm trying to basically what they say is swim against the waves because everybody writing articles. I know I'm resistant to certain things.
I mean,
I want to stick to my values and beliefs and stuff that I like to do, but at the same time I really feel like left out. I'm somebody that actually wrote articles, real articles, and published it in international magazines like when I was a student. But now I see a bunch of kids like writing articles and throw it and then get a lot of views and impressions, which is good for their brand. I don't care what anybody says. I care about impressions. Like I cannot, if you build a long-term brand here, you definitely need impressions. You know, I'm not saying like hundreds of thousands of impressions, but at least some eyes on you. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it. I'm sorry, it's a very hard truth.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make it otherwise. So yeah, I'm just blending things, trying to make it work, but at the same time I don't want to diverge from what I really like to do, which is doing videos. I know there is no chance for videos, and I get a lot of comments like, pivot to article, do this, do that, why you spend a lot of time on videos and stuff like that. But this is what actually makes me happy.
Good.
So I want to continue making them, even if one person watches it until the end, it gives me such a satisfaction. So that's worth way more than, you know, a lot of written content that I'm doing, a lot of shit posts that I'm doing. That gives me a different type of, you know, satisfaction.
Same with me. I would say for anybody who's doing things based on what people are telling you should do. I had a psychology teacher and he said, don't let people should on you. He's like, they'll should all over you. And I was like, oh, that's so good.
It's a bar.
People are afraid of making video content. And Dyla, I'm going to throw it to you right now. They're afraid of making video content because of judgment, because how do I look? How do I sound? What if this, what if that, all these things. And they put that shit right on you with their fears, like whether that is your spouse or your parents or your friends or whoever. And so like they're gonna give you dog shit advice a lot because they don't know, which is why we're talking together as content creators, because it's such a weird vein of knowledge and experience. And I'd say that it's a great outlet for me. Making content that is creative for me is what fuels me to make content that's creative for other people. That shit's draining. And then the other thing is recharging. And if I don't do both, clients don't like this. They'll see me active. They'll see stuff that I'm making do well. And then they're like, hey, well, you haven't done my thing yet. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not going to do your thing if I don't do that thing because I won't have anything left. I'll be on empty. You don't want me at empty. I'm not that nice of a dude. I know it's weird to say that because I'm smiling on video all the time, but like not the nicest guy. And it's not good when I'm on empty. They say, who said it? Like, don't make big decisions when you're like intoxicated, you're tired, you're hungry. There's all these things. And so like you got to recharge. And that's why we're having this space. So Dyla, dark stuff in the space, putting yourself out there on video, wearing blue suits and lots of makeup. Go.
I mean, I've been through some pretty crazy content creator arcs. And, you know, for people that, you know, say content creation is scary, it is scary. You're putting out something like original, you know, from yourself. You're not hiding behind anything. Well, unless you're wearing a weird costume like I was. But you're not hiding from anything. And it's... you can be very vulnerable. And if you don't prepare yourself to say there's going to be criticism, this isn't going to be for everybody, but it makes me happy, then you're in for a bad time. I think recently, like with all these algo changes, it's been a real reality check, like a real ego death that people have gone through as creators. And a lot of us have had to ask ourselves, am I really a creator or am I somebody who's just trying to make a buck in CT? And you have to really define that for yourself, because if you're a real creator, it's just like, yeah, you know what, my views are down, but I love this. I love being able to engage with people in a different way and connect personally the way you can in this content format. But if not, then maybe it is time for you to reposition yourself and pivot for the sole fact of it's not healthy to say I'm a content creator and I'm all personality and not actually feel that. So I think we're at a really interesting tipping point, and I don't knock anybody for switching lanes. I was really hardcore into all kinds of fun content and I loved it. But I came to a point where I said, okay, do I want to be like an influencer content creator or do I want to build behind the scenes? And I had to have an honest conversation with myself. And I was like, I mean, I just turned 41 like a week ago, right? And so like I was just like at the point where I was just like, I don't want to keep up with 20-something-year-olds. I don't want to pretend like that's the phase of life I'm in, because it's not. So I'm like, I gotta get in my lane and stay in my lane and be comfortable with who I am and not try to get like drugged back. When people are like, oh, I liked you better when you made this other content. I liked you better when you were this. All right, cool. You can play it on repeat if you want, but I'm going to keep evolving as a person and doing what's healthy for me.
Yeah. Honestly, shout out to people that aren't chasing the opinions of 21-year-olds. Like, and shout out to 21-year-olds for not giving a fuck about what a 41-year-old thinks, right?
Amen.
I just know that little plaque right there is one of the only trophies I have in life that I care about, right? I just wasn't a sports guy. But that represents to me my grind 10 years ago. It doesn't mean what it means now. Like, that was prior to short form content and like seeing people just achieve something fast. That it was such a grind, right? YouTube's a vicious mountain to climb, but I think it's the best one to climb. And I haven't been there for 4 years because I'm here with you guys. So all I know is that doing things like it took for me to grow a big YouTube channel, I'm not willing to do that now. Now I actually know what the mountain looks like. I'm like, fuck that. Like, I don't want to do all that again. That was devastating to my well-being to try so hard for something that actually only matters to me. Like, no one else really gives a shit. And they'll tell you all the things that you should do, but it doesn't mean that like they're going to be happy with you if you do it. Right. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I think they're just curious. They're like, what if I poke them right there? What'll they do? And so, yeah, be careful how easily controlled you are. I want to throw it to Chris. Then I want to throw it to Sansa. And then I want to throw it around the room. We've been doing a good job dominating the conversation on the stream. Alpha, if you want to be the one that talks the most, you come on screen. That's how it works. All right, Chris, my boy, I've been on a million streams with you. I miss you. My kids love you. You're the greatest guy ever, and you're crushing YouTube. How are you, brother?
What an intro. And I will always join you guys on stream anytime that I am invited. But, the algo has me so suppressed right now. You probably forgot that I existed, except for when I called you last week and I asked you that your advice on something. I just wanted to highlight and kind of go off what Eliza and what Dahlia said, both of which, like I said, when I see you guys on the timeline, like it's inspiring. And I think you guys crush it on content. So it's very interesting to like see you guys have similar struggles. Specifically on the ego death. And I know the title of this is Dark Side of Content. Man, these algo changes like really have been difficult to like swing with. And you do get to the point of like, we all like most real creators like want to make content either for ourselves or for people. But like, it is just so mundane and tiring trying to make content for the algorithms. And it also like is so like crushing to the ego. I mean, like, YouTube's a huge example. I mean, I went from like thousands of views on every video to like hundreds, and it's kind of like bounced back and forth. And then X, like this last like month or so, like I went from like I could post whatever I wanted, like I'm I'm drinking coffee, and then like it has like 80 likes and whatever, and now like, coffee is like, literally gonna have like 50 views, and like and like nobody's gonna see it. And so it really does get to the point. I saw a post the other day that I was talking about the market. And it was like, it's amazing what a down market will do to a man's optimism on life. Yeah. And I kind of relate to that with content. Like it's amazing, like when like your content is sort of stripped away from exposure, like what that does to like a creator. Cause it's like, am I even good? Like how do I pivot? Like why, maybe people didn't like me. Maybe the algorithms were just like on my side, for that period of life. And it really makes you like go down this like spiral and question of like, why am I even doing what I'm doing anymore? And yeah, I mean, I've been like, that's been a big struggle of mine, even like this year specifically, is trying to like pick myself back up and be like, no, like I genuinely love this. I was like 14 years old during OG YouTube. And I was like, I want to do that one day. I couldn't afford the equipment. I was like recording things off of it's called a W580 Walkman. It's like a slide phone back then. And I was like making like ripstick videos and skateboard videos as a 14-year-old. And I was like, this is awesome. And, uploading them. And so I'm 30 now. And like, I'm still sticking with it, 2x the age that I was.
You're still a little baby. Man. You're just a little tiny guy still. Just 30. Oh. I love it.
Yeah. I've entered the 30s. My 20s are gone. But I'm optimistic about it. I hit my midlife crisis at like 27, so I'm already past that. 30 now, so back to thriving. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like the dark side of content for me is like when the algos are not for you, like it genuinely makes me depressed. It's hard to like not feel that way. Like my wife the other day was like, what's wrong? And I'm like trying to explain, like, it sounds stupid, but it's like you put so much effort into something and then it doesn't get seen. And you're just like, am I even, I don't know. Like you just feel like less than,
Yeah.
But try to push. And my last thing I'll say is my wife recognized this like over 10 years ago, because she's been a photographer for like 15 years. And photography went from the point of like just being creative and a good photographer used to give you enough exposure. Like you could just post like really good candid photos online and people would see them, to you started having to game the algorithms. Like, oh, well now I got to post carousels. Now I got to post behind the scenes. Now I got to post like these other things so that I get seen. So like creativity died a little bit, and actually trying to understand the algos like kind of rose up a bit. And at the time I wasn't really making content, so it didn't really resonate for me as much. But that's also how I'm at now, is like I honestly can't just make content I want to make and people see it. Like it has to be some type of tailored. And you
Bro,
know,
I'm such a rebel. I
I
refuse. I just don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna post whatever the I posted a video the other day of me cutting up my front tree on
yeah,
Twitter.
flack to flex, right? Like you saying that to
Shut up.
me, you saying that to
Shut
me
up.
is like somebody saying they bought Bitcoin in 2010
Bro.
and they're just here for the tech. It's like, well, dude, you already made it, of course. Like, of course you're here for the tech. Like, there's a reason I'm in the trenches and you're here for the tech because you were early.
Chris
Yeah.
baited the timeline. You baited the fuck out of the timeline, Chris.
I did.
Oh, let's talk about crypto, whatever. You didn't say shit about
I didn't say shit about I literally only did it because Michael's posting up these videos of him like dropping like wisdom bombs, but he's like this young guy saying shit from history that like actually matters. And we're a bunch of retards here. Like it is not, it doesn't land well on us here in the space. It's like I don't know, it's not a serious place at all. And then it's like hyper financialized. And then you have people that are in here and they're like actually, this is a bit of me being serious while I'm also making a joke right now. But like, there are people here that if they make too much noise and they draw too much attention to themselves, they'll get fucking kidnapped because they're just publicly rich. And like, they put a target on their back. I was talking with somebody yesterday, and that's kind of his deal. Is like he was doing this stuff, and then he had to just stop because he's like, I have a target painted on me that I painted, and now I can't get it off. So I'm not going to be public. I'm not going to be, on live streams and on, videos and all that. And it's a crazy thing. But also, I'm not rich, so I get to say whatever the fuck I want. And like, if I get hired by one person and fired from another, it's all good because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not here for the tech and the crypto, and because it made me rich. Because it
That
fucking
comes with age, Chris. That comes with age. Really, you're doing it like fine wine. Right now, I don't care. If you want me, you got me. If you don't, someone else will. It's fine.
That's where I'm at. But I do love the ability to have so many friends that you can help out and like help them on the thing that they're part of. So I am kind of I'm a homie hopper. I'm just kind of like I'm a little slut in the space, but it's
The
all good.
homie hopper's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
I can confirm.
He knows.
I can confirm he is a homie.
I tell
hopper.
everybody up front, like I'm gonna leave you, just so you know. Well, let's have fun right now.
Yeah, he's my BF. We're on our third round of friendship. After the homie hoppy that he's just
Let me find out he's a blockchain bop. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love college, man.
Yeah,
it's a vicious cycle. Vicious cycle.
I dropped out
you
of
know?
college. I realized I need to start a business and not learn about starting a business. So
Hey, me too.
it is
Learn about it. Yeah.
All right, I want to keep it pushing. Sansa did have his hand up. I know it wasn't to say that. And then I want to go to Mackie, and then I want to go to Trav.
Yeah.
What were you trying to say?
Imagine I like foresaw the homie hopping topic coming, and that's why I raised my hand 5 minutes ago.
I bet he did.
No, look, I was listening to an Atomic Habits podcast, the author of the Atomic Habits book was on the podcast, and he said, I'm still listening to it, but there was one thing that stuck out to me so far that I think would make sense in this context is that when you have two people that are following down the same path, and one is more or less having fun, and the other one is just, trucking it, trenching it, doing the best they can. The one who is having fun is the most dangerous one of the two, because they can just keep going whenever the fuck they want, right? And I think it's about understanding when that line stops of like, okay, I'm no longer having fun, is can you continue to have fun, relatively speaking, down a similar path that still allows you to keep going? And it's not about forcing yourself to just keep going. And on a personal experience, I remember being depressed as fuck. Mind you, I have a kid at that time. My wife, we're doing great. I'm depressed as fuck because I got to wake up and get downstairs, to host a spaces that I don't even
Daily
wanna
Spaces,
host.
not safe. Not safe. Don't do it. It's not safe.
Yeah.
Michael, listen to this. It's not safe out there. Fuck.
Yeah, listen. I would have the space start at 11:30, and I would crawl out of bed at 11:27 and start the space at 11:30, rubbing the crap off my eyeballs and just being like, I don't want to fucking be here. I don't want to. And I did that for at least a year, bro. Chris knows. He was there on these calls half the time. He was trying his best to tell me to stop without telling me to stop. You know, but I implore anyone that it's okay to do your pivot. It's okay to do your pivot so that you can either keep doing the thing that you're doing while also having fun. It's okay to just take a break, because that's what I did last year. I crashed out really hard. Everything caught up to me, and I just had to take a huge step back. I did one tweet every other day for like 3 months while I worked out, rediscover myself, for lack of a better way to say it. And, here we are a whole year later, and Chris can't get sick of me.
Yeah, no, I can't. I love this guy.
He keeps pulling me around these
Also,
corners.
he does all the mentally unsafe things you can do. Like I picked him up at the airport and I was going to be late, and he's like, "It's all good. I'll just get my GMs in." I think he sat there for 90 minutes jamming people. Holy shit, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was also not even the best GM that performed. It was like 200 likes and like 100 replies.
It was super cute.
It was
We
crazy.
went to Washington's house. It was awesome. Okay, so this is what I want to do, because there's chaos. I got 24 minutes left of this space. So I don't want to say rapid fire, because I think that's mean. Like, why would you say, okay, it's your turn, go, but keep it quick? So I want to say hi to Max. So fuck everybody else. I'm just kidding. I love you guys too, but I want to say hi to Max. What's up, Max?
Yo, yo, yo. Long time no talk. Good to see everybody up here. A lot of homies. Sansa, definitely missed your spaces, but glad that we're happy. It's all that matters. So it's good to hear. But all is good, gang. I don't know. I saw we were doing the dark side of content, and I was like, all right, this sounds deep. I should be there. But, no, I totally get that. I think balance is really key. You can get really like into the algorithm and like, oh, I'm posting every day, I'm staying consistent, but exactly what Sansa said, the second it's not fun, you're just going to burn yourself out really quickly, and it happens to a lot of people. So it's important to find like when you're getting into that. I will say, as corny as it is, go outside, literally go do something. Like, the whole world does not revolve around Twitter, but always know that it's there. And if you're creating content, doing your thing, just keep doing it. Try new things. I'm always trying new things. I'm like, one day I'm talking like deep, like DeFi crypto stuff. Next day I'm with a robot. You never know.
I was gonna say, making a fucking dog robot.
Do what you like, and it'll probably work out.
And shout out to Max too. So I like to reach out to other creators and take opportunities that have come to me, and then kind of be like a conduit to make sure that goes out and hits multiple people and all that. But I can only do that because other people do that for me. And that's something, Max has hit me up out of the blue and just been like, hey, I got a thing. They need a person. You'd be good for it. Do you want to do it? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then we hang out for the day and people pay us. If you can get other people to pay you to hang out with your friends, that's actually the mentally safe recipe for all of this. I can just tell you, if there's a nutshell to this space, that is it. Other people pay you to hang out with the people that are here in this room. Like, figure that out and then just replicate it as often as you possibly can. So Max, shout out to you. Appreciate you big time. And there's a bunch of dudes that you just cut off in line because you're kind of cooler than they are. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I love the other guys a lot. Man, I wouldn't want to be the next guy that I call on this. Oh, Max.
Yeah, you just really set yourself up for success here.
Just call your least favorite person. Go
Here,
for it.
wait.
Everybody
I am
in
in the
Mackie
parking
Hearts right
garage.
now. Yeah.
I am just sitting here. Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
buried in cement right now.
You actually sound better than most, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to others giving you advice. This is so important because I spent a lot of my teens and 20s thinking, oh, I need to find the best advice from other people who know what they've been through and have wisdom. The reality is they do not know. They don't know shit about your life. They don't know 20% of what's actually going on in your world. So they're going to tell you, oh, quit the game, quit trying. The algo hates you. Go find a real job. Shit, you're going to tell yourself this. They don't even have to tell yourself that. I applied for a job a few weeks ago just to see if I still had like the muscle memory to do it.
Yeah.
I got the rejection yesterday.
Let's go.
The point is, so you're stuck with me. You're stuck with me. They don't want me in the corporate world. The people who give you advice, especially the ones who give you the loudest advice, they are not going to live with your choices. So just treat other people's advice appropriately, please, and don't lean on other people to make decisions for you, because they don't fucking know what it's like to go through the mania and the depression of being a content creator on here.
That
it
is
is
so true.
Absurd.
Dude, I
That's all.
thank you for saying that. Honestly, like this is a funny example, but it's actually super on point to what you just said. Shout out our boy Dancing Eddie. I don't care what his mom's opinion of his facial hair is. I care what social media says, and if he gets more views when he has facial hair, then that's what I want him to do, because I produce a show and I want him to have facial hair. I know mom wants you to look like her little boy Eddie, but don't shave your face and then make videos. That's all.
I
I'm
bet
saying.
you facial hair would get him more dates too.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he doesn't do too bad. So shout out Eddie, we love you. Okay, now I want to go to my boy Trav. Shout out to handsome dudes with facial hair and all that. How are you, my guy?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I might have terrible reception right now. How are we sounding? Are we okay?
You're good. It's you, so we're good.
Oh, okay. First, there's a couple things I want to share, but I'll keep it quick. So I promise you, I love you. There's a couple of massive takeaways that I want to share with you guys today, in a very concise fashion here, because I learned a lot from this space so far, and I want to send a massive shout out to each and every single one of you. It's awesome to see old friends, new faces, just new friends, all of the above here. First thing I learned was that when Sansa's not yelling, wisdom drops. Yeah. Like, holy crap. I'm a better man when Sansa does not yell. Don't get me wrong. When he yells, I'm an even better man. Let's just get that straight here. But the biggest thing, and I'll keep things short here. So the biggest thing I'm taking away is that the highest ROI for being a creator is having fun. Period. So if you're not having fun, you have every permission in the world to change that, to pivot that, because that's going to make you a better creator. Even if it affects your ratings, even if it affects your numbers, it's going to keep you coming back to the game. It's going to keep you showing up. It's going to keep you ideating. It's going to keep you more creative, and it's going to keep you happy. And that's not even to mention all of the upside that it's going to have in your like IRL life, which honestly is like the fuel that keeps you going. Let's be real here. So all that to say, I think it really pays to hang out with 40-plus-year-old content creators and talk about the dark side. So thank you guys.
Yo, Alpha, all you little bozos that think that this is fucking everybody's first rodeo just because it's new for you. Just because when I was doing shit, you were getting into high school. Yeah, it doesn't make me cool that I'm old, but it doesn't make you cool because you're young. Okay.
Let me also just say, guys, I'm 40 as well, so I'm part of your club.
I know.
Here.
We love that about you. Yeah, shout out to the beautiful 40-year-old people that we get to hang out with. Honestly, this is a weird side departure from that, but it made me think of it. I don't even care at all to hang out with anybody that I live by. I have no interest in the fact that just arbitrarily we live by each other. Just proximity, is that the reason we're friends? I hope not. I don't know. I'm pretty intentional about where my time goes. I'm also kind of a prude with my follows and stuff like that, because I've just realized like this is a bunch of dog shit. If I'm not interested in what you're doing, like I'm not trying to see it. You know what I mean? It's a hot take, but it is what it is. I wanted to say hi to my friend Sin Mute Cat. Like pick a name, pick a personality. She's got lots of them. Even pick an accent. I don't know which one we're gonna get, but I want to say hi because I love her and she's actually a talent, a crazy talent in the space. And yeah, she doesn't usually get a fair shake because she's kind of wild. So, Kat, what's up?
Yeah, what's good, Chris?
She knows.
Yeah, no, we've had multiple great conversation, by the way. But I know we've had multiple conversations about the whole. I just want to get this off my chest. I don't want to treat it like a therapy session, but like about unpaid labor for exposure. I'm still in that kind of rut where like I think it's my confidence or something. It's not like maybe it's a skill issue too, but it's like confidence. It's like I just don't have the confidence to price myself or set a value on my work. So that's just kind of, I think you texted me about the space you had earlier, Jen, in January.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with the content.
I think you
and
said
creating
something
content.
everybody feels. Like you literally just spoke for everybody on stage, everybody in the audience. Like that's probably the most applicable feeling that's come up so far. You know, we all have imposter syndrome and shit like that. But if you're ever doing this for money and you're not sure what to do, that's fucking normal. That is the most normal. It's actually abnormal if you don't feel that way. You're probably a psycho. I'm kind of a psycho, so I'm just gonna say. But that's why I'm everybody's cheerleader too, and that's why Bad Brothers is here, because CreatorFlow.fun is fun and it's gonna solve all that. So
I'm making an account right now, by the way.
dude, everybody in the space, call to action. If there's only one thing I ask you to do, click on Bad Brothers shit. It's you see me, you know, championing this thing. It's just for you guys. It's go make a portfolio, show your best work, and get on there, because we need the chicken or the egg thing. Your content on that platform matters more, and it's for you. You're doing this for yourself. Don't do it for me. I don't give a shit. Like if you don't get paid, that's probably not ever going to impact me. But I want you to. I'll feel good if you do, but it won't hurt me if you don't. And this is the other thing I was going to say. So Sin just said, you know, not knowing the pricing, not knowing how to get your value out of it, right? Earlier, Sansa said 2 people walking down the road, one of them's having fun, one of them is on the grind, and the one who's having fun is like the more dangerous. They're like in the position. You know what that's called? It's called leverage. If you have leverage, then you don't got to be scared, because you're like, fuck it, I'm going to tell this guy I cost this much, and if he doesn't want to pay me, then that guy will, or that guy will, or that guy will. If you knew that it's probably going to be a yes, if you just spit out the crazy number that you've been afraid to say, and you literally get to shop that around to 8 people because one of them's going to say yeah, and if all of them say no, you're still good. In my world, that's called fuck you money. That's like, you don't have to be rich to be in a place where you're like, I can do the things that I love. I got options, and I'm not going to do dumb shit that's bad for me, because like, I don't fucking need to. That, dude, that's such a mentally safe place to be, and it's where I want us all to be. And I know that that's idealistic and it's not going to happen, but like, I want it, and I know that a path to get there is CreatorFlow.fun. What a fucking advertisement. Jesus. Unpaid ad. There's not a coin yet. Clip that. Reem, I think
That might be a coin soon. I'm thinking about doing that pump fun thing, but I don't know.
And if you don't know, just call Chris. That's what I did last week.
Yeah. If my DMs are open to you, by the way, there's a reason I'm approved with the follows. I want you to reach out. If you have a question about content creation and I follow you, it's so that we can have communication. And if I don't follow you, it's so that we can't have communication. It's not like a not intentional thing. If I'm not following, it's I haven't found a reason yet to open that door, because ask fucking anybody in this space if they've ever hit me up for help. What did I do? It is not like I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. I'm super into this shit. And so if you ask me about it, that's why my DMs aren't flooded, because they're closed. I just want them clear. So if a DM comes through, I'm like, oh shit, somebody cares what I think. And then I answer back. So just let you know. I want to say hi to Angeliki. She's been on stage for a minute, emoting and participating and all that stuff. And then we're gonna pass it around the stage here on stream, and then like literally, if somebody's being long-winded and I gotta go because I gotta cut my or get my kids off to school, I'm just gonna rug everything and disappear, and I'm gonna leave meat on the bone and leave you wanting more. Just so you know, Angeliki,
Trove
friend. Oh shit.
That's like pressure on me, because now I don't want to speak because you might just cut this.
Okay, bye guys.
But you see, hey Chris, I like the topic here of conversation. I think we need to have more of these conversations, because I sometimes don't realize that a lot of people feel the same way I do. I sometimes think I'm the only one, especially with like what Sin was saying. But yeah, the first thing I heard was Chris saying he had a midlife crisis at 27, and I'm turning 37 next week, and I'm like, I haven't had one of those yet, but okay. And then I think the second one that hit home was the security issue. and me being a bit more mindful of what I post, like, for example, my mining facilities, or I thought it was kind of innocent, just posting about my daily life and me like fixing my miners and this and that. But I've gotten a few like security threats and a few strange DMs. And a couple of years ago, I did have like a Web3 stalker that was based in South Africa, which was kind of scary. But yeah, you have to be very mindful of what you have and what you're posting about. Like, you won't catch me posting cars or watches and things. I'm not saying I've got that, but I don't think people should be doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird move, right?
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I said it's kind of a weird move for that. You're like, hey guys, look at all the dope, expensive
know.
stuff I have. Like,
Yeah.
don't come get me or
Yeah.
anything.
But even if you weren't in Web3, like, I'm from South Africa, so just posting stuff like that is kind of not a thing that we do, because it's just, yeah, you're putting a target on your back. And then I think another thing that I really struggle with, and this is the first time I've actually admitted this, is getting added to communities that you don't vibe with and you feel like kind of out of place and they're not your people and you feel like the outsider in these communities. But it's taken me 5+ years of being in the space and just being like, okay, I don't fuck with you, and just speaking my mind. And I've gotten women saying to me, I love that men in the space respect you so much and that you set boundaries. And I think as a woman especially, you have to set very clear boundaries. Certain friends know they can't say certain things around me or speak to me a certain way, which is good. I'm not going to, I think we romanticize mediocrity in Web3 a lot, and we accept a lot of bad behavior or make excuses for bad behavior because we retardio mode, right? Or degens, and that's just how it is. But I'm not going to drop my standards for other people, or just
Thank you for that. That's super admirable, and we need more.
I hope that wasn't long-winded, but that's just my kind of take on being in the space and content.
No, I'm cheering you on. I'm like sitting here like, yeah, good message. And like literally, I know this is like this is like kind of like the least high tea thing to say, but I'm like, it goes both ways. Women in this space are crazy, man. They'll be aggressive. They know what they want. They got to deal with dudes all the time. And if they want you, and they'll come after you, and like they don't care about your situation. So like it's weird to say that it goes both ways here, where like, man, there's some aggressive ass women.
It's not weird. I feel like with women, sorry for interrupting you, it's more behind the scenes of being malicious, and
I know
they're very competitive and jealous. That's what I found. So I'm like also very like cautious of I'm just cautious of who I share myself to.
He's like, careful who you swim with, because if you're swimming with the sharks, you might just be a shark. If you're swimming with some promiscuous,
some flowers real quick?
Yeah,
can I just
go for it.
Totally hijack the space and sense of flowers? Angie is not one of those people. She's been there through thick and thin, and she's like literally been there in DMs for me when I've had some really tough times. So shout out to you, Angie. You're awesome.
I love it. Well, honestly, like I really do appreciate this like standard of keeping yourself to, and regardless of what everybody else is doing, just having your, like, you don't have to push that on everybody else, but if you at least hold yourself to a certain standard, like that is super admirable. And like, I want more of that here. Something that she said right now was that we almost pursue mediocrity in the space. We tolerate like insufferable behavior, and we don't reward excellence. And like, that's fucked up, because I'm just trying to be excellent, you know, like, and I'm going to keep doing that. Like, it has nothing to do with what everyone else is doing. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big peer pressure guy. So, yeah, I do love it.
I have to tell you this, Chris, that I often look at your content and how amazing it is. And I'm like, oh my God, this video needs so much more. And I've tried to start making videos. It's not easy to make videos and content, guys. It takes freaking a lot of time and practice. So I look at your videos, I look at Max's videos, and people just creating content, and I admire it. So
me too. And thank you for that. I totally appreciate that compliment.
The problem is the algo doesn't reward Chris's content.
It doesn't. But you guys do, and guess what? I get paid to make content with all you guys.
Yeah,
so I don't fucking care, you know?
But like what Angie's saying, like some of your stuff should get like way more views than it does.
Yeah,
And
but
it's strictly because like your videos are longer form.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
So like,
and they're
you
not
know,
retarded. Well,
they
sometimes.
want people to like go. Because I've noticed this when I make like AI videos. Sometimes like the longer ones that I make, like unless if there's like the only time I've had like a real successful AI video that was like longer was when I had like many people in it.
Yeah.
Like
tag them
so,
and they're
like,
like, hey, look, there's me. I'm in that. And then they repost it. Yeah, that's a
but
hack,
when
by
I
the
just
way.
do like a regular one, if it's like a minute long, like it's not gonna get nearly as many impressions or views as one that's like 20 seconds long.
No, I'll give people free game right now. If you ever have the opportunity to shoot an event and you've never done an IRL event, like where you're making a video for it, here's the hack. Feel free to rinse and repeat. This always works 100% of the time. You say yes, even though you haven't done it, because you just got to throw yourself out there. And you go to the event, and this is literally how fast you do it. Like pretend you've got a super sick camera like me. It's okay if you don't. You see somebody recognizable, and you just pan past them for like half a second, 2 seconds, something like that. And then you do that 50 fucking times. You everybody who's a big
Get put together. That's it.
and then you edit it and you make that shit 20 seconds and you post it and you tag a couple of those people. These vain motherfuckers will all spread it out there everywhere. And then that brand is stoked that you did it and you get hired for more. That's the play.
Handing out the secret sauce just like casually here.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a good video at all. It could be shaky. It's literally just somebody's like, there's me, repost. It's instant. So that's the hack. Okay, well, listen. We've got a couple minutes left. We don't have to ring it out to the end, but I did just want to say thank you to all the speakers that are on here. Thank you to Bad Brothers Building Stuff. Thank you to Prez, who has been in the TG with me and Bad Brothers. And shame on both of you for not saying that Chris came up with Creator Gator, because I fucking did. And I'm going to keep saying that. But shout out to Prez for making the graphics.
I love that name. I love it.
Oh, I didn't do shit. Honestly, I just like to give myself credit for that. But Bad Brothers is legit building, and he's doing what I wished I could do. And I'm not I don't make fucking development stuff. I don't vibe code. I don't care. I only want to do video. So he's creating the way for me. So shout out. Any new updates, Bad Brothers? Any crazy new thing I mean to be excited about?
No, not really. I mean, I'm still working on the stuff. And then one other thing I'm working on today was I was thinking, because I have been seeing pop up like a bunch of ambassadorship programs. So I'm trying to figure out a way about how to like index that and put that on the site too. Because at the end of the day, like the goal of Creator Flow is to get creators paid, right? So whether that be inbound from that, having an index of ambassadorships or something like that for creators to reach out and do that, or it could be like I've seen a couple times on LinkedIn, just like a job post for a creator for a company on Web3. So if someone's interested in that, like I want to try to index all that stuff on the site. So it's like it goes, if I'm a creator, I want to get paid somehow, you go to Creator Flow and like try to find something, post your stuff and get that inbound or something.
That and grants and stuff. Like if somebody wants to be a breakout creator in the space right now, be the grants guy. Your job is to go do all the fucking, research and develop. I don't know, just go do all the stuff I don't want to do, and then bring all that in aggregate and make content about it, and then post that and be just known as like, oh yeah, you're the guy that gets all the deals.
Dude, I want to insert on that. That was part of my there was some grants available. One was associated with ETH. I forgot the name of it, and I applied for it. And I felt at the time I was getting way more traction even than right now. And I ended up not getting it, but like the people I saw get it, I've never even seen before. Yeah. And I went and like looked at their profile, and it was like not followed by anybody you're following. And if you're on CT, if you're kind of like aware of somebody, like you're at least going to have like 50, maybe 100, people in common. And then the content was like super subpar. And that like, we're talking about like the results of like putting so much effort in and then just feeling like you're not going to make it anywhere. Part of it was like, everybody's like, oh, just go apply for grants. There's all these grants. I can't wait to find creators. I applied for that base grant. I applied for that specific one I'm talking about, Octane, wasn't the name of it, ETH Octane, which there was some good creators that got it that I knew of. But a lot of them were just like, I've never seen these people in my life. Like where did they come from?
Crypto and his award.
Yeah. So I do think grants is underrated as far as applying for them, but it's not just like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know if I'm just bad at applying for them or what. Like, I felt like I had some of the metrics and I had the pitch, but it just never hit for me.
Well, if we get them all listed on Creator Flow and somebody's like the guy, maybe they'll have an inside track and nepotism wins or something. Okay, guys, I love you all.
Wait, Chris. I'd like to call everybody's.
You better hurry the fuck up, bro, because I'm trying to end this shit and take my kids to
I'd
school.
like to call everybody's attention to the pin tweet.
Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What is it? Bro, I don't have time.
Oh, Chris.
What is this? I see a big ass scary out. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Damn. Yo, the best.
Damn, he tried to fucking ratio me on this. I don't care. No one's ever gonna see that post. I'm gonna clip this, and I'm gonna steal the narrative. It's fucking history is from who wrote it, right?
I removed it. Don't worry, you're good.
Prez, make an AI video.
All right, he gets it.
Creator Gator watching birds.
I'm honestly happier not having that burden of like they don't know it was me. If it was you, then fucking take it. Have the title. I'll make you a sash. You'll be like a fucking, I don't know, like a little model.
We're gonna make the butt cheek one for you.
I actually do want to make a sash. Like, you know, like you're the pageant winner. Okay, you guys are awesome. I love you, Reem. Everybody who's here, you ever see me, come fucking give me a big fat hug, especially if you're a dude. Love or about it. Okay, I'm gonna take my kids to school. Come back next Wednesday. I'm gonna do another space. I don't know what it's gonna be about, but it'll be dope. I appreciate you guys. And don't leave if you're on the stream, because otherwise your shit won't upload. Okay, bye. Twitter
Love you
Spaces.
guys. Bye.
Bye.